So I saw all of Sony's 2022 OLED TVs at a showcase event this week. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Of most interest to me, and also probably many of you, will be the flagship Sony A95K Master Series OLED, simply because it uses a brand new QD-OLED technology that's different from the WRGB panels installed on almost every OLED TV over the past 9 years. The monolithic design harks back to the one-slit styling of Sony's first WRGB OLED television, namely the Bravia A1 or A1E, with only the screen visible from the front to create an immersive viewing experience. To achieve this sort of minimalistic design, Sony needed to do a couple of things. 1. A very heavy stand has to be placed behind the television to act as a counterweight, and for stability reasons, the screen has to lean back slightly at a 3-degree angle, which is a bit less than the 5-degree backward tilt on the Sony A1 or A1E OLED. There is also the option of putting the stand at the front, but due to its bulk, we suspect that most people who want to place the Sony A95K flush against the wall will probably just wall mount the TV using the VESA-compatible mounting holes. Coming back to the monolithic slab design, another prerequisite which makes it possible is to hide the speakers, and even though the Bravia A95K uses a QD-OLED panel that's different from previous WRGB ones, Sony has managed to put its Acoustic Surface Audio Plus technology on the A95K, which uses 2 actuators and 2 subwoofers to generate sound from the screen itself, allowing for more precise audio localization to different parts of the picture to heighten the aural experience. Aural as in related to the ear, not oral. At the showcase event, Sony said that the main reason why the Japanese brand has adopted QD-OLED as the display technology of choice for its flagship Master Series OLED is because of QD-OLED's true RGB subpixel structure, which comes closer to matching the color output of the legendary Sony BVM-X300 RGB OLED mastering monitor. In my opinion, for Sony to choose what is essentially a first-generation display technology with a somewhat uncertain future over the tried and trusted WRGB OLED as its flagship TV speaks volumes. Sony's picture quality engineers must have seen enough advantages to make this leap of faith. The QD-OLED panels from supplier Samsung Display only come in 55 and 65 inches though, which is why Sony is still using WRGB OLED panels from LG Display in the Japanese brand's step-down OLED ranges with more screen sizes. One rung down from the Sony A95K is the A90K series. Here is something interesting. You know how YouTube sometimes automatically generates subtitles for some videos? Probably because of my pronunciation, YouTube has invented the term QT-OLED whenever I say QD-OLED, and QT-OLEDs can certainly be used to describe the Sony A90K, which is only available in smaller 42-inch and 48-inch sizes, making it very appealing to not only gamers, but also those who don't have the room or budget for a larger OLED television. I like the versatile stand design. You can either put it in the low-profile position, which gives a premium, minimalistic look, or opt for the higher propped-up position to accommodate a soundbar or perhaps even a game console. Like the A95K, the Sony A90K is designated as a Master Series OLED, and so ships with a premium backlit remote which has been simplified from last year. Since its smaller size may mean it's more easily misplaced, the premium remote also supports a voice-activated finder function through the television, where you can say, "Okay, find my remote," which will then generate a sound from the remote to help you locate it. If only everything in life was this easy to find in the dark. Moving on, we have the Sony A80K, which is available in 55-inch, 65-inch and 77-inch sizes, as well as a new entry-level A75K OLED, which wasn't announced at CES earlier this year. Sony was keen to emphasize that unlike 60Hz OLED models offered by other TV brands, the Bravia A75K uses a 120Hz panel, and deliver similar picture quality to the step-up A80K and A90K, with the key differences being the design and the onboard speakers. Considering that the Sony A75K only comes in 55-inch and 65-inch sizes, I did wonder if it's using the semi-matte screen coating found on last year's 55-inch and 65-inch A80J, so I tried to investigate further using the torch on my phone. Not the first time I'm a bit too keen to whip out my flashlight. Because each TV was facing different backgrounds with additional overhead lighting, I couldn't arrive at a definitive verdict. Furthermore, Sony said that most of the models shown at the event were pre-production units which were not finalized, so I will reserve judgment until I can get my hands on retail samples in my own test environment. This video is sponsored by Box, the online technology store. Visit box.co.uk for the best deals on TVs, soundbars, and all your other technology needs. According to Sony, the A90K, A80K, and A75K will inherit the temperature distribution mapping technology from last year's A90J, therefore allowing the trio to achieve higher brightness than last year's A80J. But I wonder if it's just something that's baked into the newer WBE OLED panel. Of course, the flagship A95K QD-OLED will feature an extra heat dissipation layer to reach higher brightness and further reduce the risk of image retention and permanent screen burn, similar to what's implemented on last year's A90J. In fact, at the event, Sony put together a side-by-side demonstration between the A95K and last year's A90J in a darkroom, using a BVM X300 mastering monitor as reference, and from what I saw, QD-OLED may have solved some of WRGB OLED's long-standing problems. Now, Sony didn't allow anyone to take photos or videos during the darkroom demonstration due to copyright issues, but I've attempted to reconstruct it myself to show you what I saw, so go watch my coverage video here.